funky this morning. What's going on? What is going on out there? What is going on? So, you know, I got a lot of questions. A lot of people started to email me. How you guys doing, first of all? Good to see everybody. I want to get to the questions that I was getting in email. So many people were emailing me and asking me questions about when they give consent to the cop and then they revoke consent. The biggest question that I was receiving was whether or not they could get a drug dog out there to search your car if they said that there was exigent circumstances. And I've talked about the exigent circumstances clause from the 1925 Carroll Doctrine ad nauseum, but I will always sit here and repeat it until we're all on the same page and everybody knows exactly what I'm talking about. So do me a favor, everybody hit the like button real quick, hit the like button, and then drop down in the comment section, OTVO, overturn Terry versus Ohio. So many people emailed me and said, hey, you know, I saw the video that you talked about where you're going to give consent to the copper to search your car and then you're going to revoke consent using the 2018 case of the United States versus Williams. And so a lot of those questions can be answered by using your trifold properly. So you guys are familiar with 2018 United States versus Williams that says that if I can give consent, I can revoke consent. And that is an antidote to the 1925 case of Carroll versus United States, which creates the Carroll Doctrine and the exigent circumstances clause. That's a complete violation of our Fourth Amendment and complete violation of our rights. However, because it exists, we have to make sure that we recognize it, because the cops will use it against you. So the first thing I want you guys to recognize is that my trifold is up in my visor right here. It's rubber banded in because I send you this trifold. I send you this rubber band with your trifold, because when the copper pulls me over, one hand is here, the other hand is over here. So my arms essentially look like I'm in a touchdown position. Okay. So now that I'm in a touchdown position, I started filming the moment I saw the copper on the street. There was no delay. I saw the copper, my camera came on, and I started filming. Everybody hit the like button. Just take your finger and hit that thumbs up button real quick, and then type in the comments where you guys are watching from. I just want to see where a few people are. Overturn Terry. Good to see you, Michael. Nice to see everybody. How's everybody doing today? I got Charlie in the back taking a little nappy. He's back there sleeping in the back. So it's super important that you're prepared for the stop. And I've taught people this time and time again. You guys saw when I had a rental car for 2 weeks that I didn't have all my things put together. Lesson learned right here, and I've been doing this a long time. Now I'm gonna have all my things put together whether I'm in a rental car or not. So right there, see that? Your trifold, your proof of insurance, your registration, everything goes right there. There's a copy of my license, my registration, and a proof of my insurance, and there's my trifold right there. That's how that works. What's up, Todd? What's going on, Greg? So this is how it works. This is how it works for you. Get your trifold up in your visor. All right? And so then what you want to do is you want to make sure that when you have that trifold in there, you got a copy of your license, your registration, and your proof of insurance. It's all right here. It's all laminated right there. Copy of my license, my registration, and my proof of insurance is all on laminated cards. I got tape on mine, obviously, because a lot of people see my video, but that's where it is. I have it all right there. So when the copper pulls me over, my hand is here, my other hand is here filming so that everything the copper's doing can be seen. And then he comes up, he says, license, registration, proof of insurance. Perfect. That's a perfect question for me, because I have my license, my registration, my proof of insurance all right there, right on top of my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. So he says license, registration, proof of insurance. I say, no problem, copper. I pull my visor down like this. Now look, the rubber band right there, I don't have to take the rubber band off. I just take the whole thing like this and I slide it out. Now it goes up here, and then it says right here, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. It says it right here. I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. License, registration, and proof insurance. Here you go, copper. There's everything right there. Yours won't have tape on it, but mine does. And then he gets license, registration, and proof insurance, and he says, so where are you heading? I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. I'm not answering any questions. Well, where are you coming from? Officer, I've invoked my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. You see what I'm doing? I'm showing it to the camera. And then he says, well, you got any legal drugs in here? I'm not answering any questions. Well, look, do you mind if I search your car? Now, here's where it gets a little bit hairy. Because according to the 1925 Carroll Doctrine, he has the right to search my car if he believes there's exigent circumstances, that he's in hot pursuit of me, that I'm traveling with contraband, or there's going to be a loss of life if he doesn't stop me. So he can search my car by invoking the Carroll Doctrine and violate my Fourth Amendment right, but that's exactly what he can do. That's exactly what he can do. And so because I know that, and because I've been through it so many times, I now have come up with this way where you can go ahead and give him the right to search your car. It's right here. In the 2018 case of United States versus Williams, he asks you if he can search your car, and you're going to tell him, sure. You're going to say, yeah, you can search my car. Now, it's very important that when you tell him you can search your car, that he says, okay, can you step out of the car so I can search it? You say, sure, officer. And you step out of the car, and the moment he starts to search your car, you say out loud, officer, I revoke consent. I revoke consent. If I can give consent, then I can revoke consent. And that's the 2018 case of the United States versus Williams. And so then you have to say it out loud. It has to be on camera. And so then what he'll say is, okay, that's fine. Then I'm just going to call a drug dog and get a drug dog out here. And you tell him, you're welcome to call a drug dog and get a drug dog out here, but not at my expense. You are not allowed to extend the stop. The 2015 case of Rodriguez versus United States is specifically about cops extending the stop for drug dogs. So you tell him, you've told him out loud, I revoke consent, stop searching my car. He says, I'm just going to call a drug dog. You say, then you're violating my constitutional right to travel, and that's a First Amendment violation, and I'll be filing a lawsuit against you for violating my civil rights. You're combining the United States versus Williams versus Rodriguez versus United States of 2018. You're combining those two different cases so that you aren't going to get hemmed up, because just so you know, so if you've done it properly, you've invoked Williams and you've invoked Rodriguez and you did it properly, then it becomes fruit of the poisonous tree, the 1961 case of Mapp versus Ohio, that says that anything that cops find if they illegally search you or your car or your house is inadmissible in a court of law. So I'm combining Williams with Rodriguez to create this impenetrable force around myself that if they do search me, it's all on camera. Anything they find is inadmissible in court of law. Now, outside of finding a dead body in your car, you're going to beat that case. You should beat that case. Now, of course, if they have reasonable articulable suspicion to search your car, if someone, and you can trace down the confidential informant who said that, called in and said, oh yeah, I know that Marcy has drugs. And so now Marcy can be searched because they have reasonable articulable suspicion. Okay? So that's what I'm doing here right now. I wanted to share with you guys how to invoke your rights properly using Williams and using Rodriguez together. What's the first principle? Film. What's the second principle? Knowledge. What's the third principle? Using your rights properly. What's the fourth principle? Following up with litigation and suing that rat bastard cop who put you in this horrible position. I was just saying this on TikTok Rick Rock. People say, cop will say to you, oh, I'm just here to help you out. Well, if you weren't here, I wouldn't need help. Hey, I'm trying to do you a solid here. You want to do me a solid? Turn off those lights and drive away. Because if you're not here, then I'm not here. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So that's where you got to get. You got to get to right there. You got to get to right there. Because if you don't know your rights, then you don't have any rights, because the cop's going to lie to you and say, oh no, I can search your car and I can make you wait for a drug dog. No, he can't. He cannot. I mean, Why is there a Supreme Court case called Rodriguez versus United States that's specifically about drug dogs? If they can search your car and extend the stop, they can't. They can't. It's against the rules. It's against the rules. There are rules. I know it doesn't seem like it, but there are. So that's the most important thing. All right, cool. So what's going on out there in the world? What's going on? Did everybody hit the like button? Did you hit the like button? Just take your finger and hit the like button. It'll just take you a second. Just takes you just one little second. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Just take your finger and tap on the like. Hey, a super chat come in. I didn't see it. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate the super chat. God bless you. Dragnet Transparency. I'm going to cover one of your videos today. Dragnet Transparency, everybody. Make sure you guys get over there and check out Dragnet. Dragonet. I don't know how she likes to pronounce it. Sweet lady. She's doing some good work over there. I'm actually covering one of your videos today, Dragnet. Today. The copper who arrested a bunch of people in Loveland, Colorado, who was arresting people who were not drunk. It's happening all over the country. It's happening all over the country. So it's not just there. I actually talked to a woman in Arizona who's suing Nardini over violating her rights because he gave her a DUI when she was not drunk. It's happening all over this country, everywhere. So, you know, I just want to get there. I want to get there. I want to get us closer to the goal. So I've got to go to internal affairs today to make sure that my complaint was followed up on. So I'm going to head over to internal affairs here pretty quick. But I wanted to spend a few minutes with y'all. I want to spend a few minutes with y'all this morning because so many people are not putting... You're not using the rubber band that I send. Let me ask you guys a question. Do you think I get anything out of sending you a rubber band? Because I have to pay more money. I have to pay more money. Why am I sending you a rubber band? Why am I sending you this big, thick, black rubber band? Why am I sending that to you? I'm sending it to you so it goes in on your visor. I'm sending you this rubber band with your trifold in the mail so that you'll use it in your visor. That's why I'm doing it. So this gets rubber banded into your visor. That's the reason why I ship the rubber band with it. You got to have this in your car. If you get one that you print at home, make sure you have a rubber band and you stick it up on your visor. And then make sure you have a copy of your, let me cover up my driver's license, a copy of your driver's license, registration, and proof of insurance all on a laminated card. Set yourself up for success. You're going to get pulled over. Cops are targeting people when you travel. When you travel from point A to point B, cops are targeting you. They're targeting you. I'm sorry. I wish it wasn't this way. I wish the coppers would put me out of a job. People say, get a job. This is my job. This is my full-time job. This is all I do. I don't do anything else. This is all I work on. This is it. Trying to figure out ways to make sure you can get around the prison state, police state, death state. That's what I'm trying to help you do. So if you guys don't have how many people did it? I mean, I know so many people who are on Team DLZ. They got their license, registration, and proof of insurance all put together on one laminated card. But I just want to make sure that everybody does this. Make sure you do it. Make sure I'm not covering up anything here on my license. A bunch of stalkers out there. Oh, man. Oh, man. And then people decided I try not to curse on this channel, but people decided to F around and find out, and now they're finding out. I warned people for months. I warned them for months. You better back off, bro. You better back off. You better leave me alone. They didn't listen. I said, I'm going to file a lawsuit against you. You better stop. You better back off. They didn't back off. Once I start filing a lawsuit against you, I don't sue you in one state. I sue you in at least 2 states. If you make me sue you, I sue you in 2 states. I'll sue you where you live, and I'll sue you where I live, because I have standing where I live and I have standing where you live. I'm about to sue another guy from YouTube in my home state. You can do whatever you want. I'll sue your ass. Straight up. Just that simple. I don't care. I'm in it to win it. I'm in it for the long haul. I was talking to this girl yesterday, and she said to me, Chille, you're suing all these people, man. What's going on? And I looked at her dead in the face, and I said to her, listen, I wouldn't want to fight me. I wouldn't want to fight me physically. I wouldn't want to fight me in a gunfight, and I wouldn't want to fight me in court. I would not want to fight me. If I knew who I was and I walked up and I was talking trash, I would just leave, because I don't want to fight a guy like myself who has the resolve and the tenacity to finish. And a couple of those people from the internet decided to play games. Okay, all right, that's fine. Listen, if you force me to sue you, I guess there's some people finding out right now. I guess there's some people finding out the last few days that it's not so fun in court, and that your lawyer might not help you quite as much as you think he's going to help you. You have to have a team of people who help you. You have to have people who help you, individual people who aren't in it for their lawyer money, who are in it because they want to do the right thing and be righteous. And those are my team members. And to each and every one of you guys on my team, thank you from the bottom of my heart for helping me. I appreciate it. Thanks. So, you know, we don't stop. We don't stop. We don't quit. We don't stop. We don't quit. We don't stop. We don't quit. There is no stopping. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm sorry that you can't take it. I'm sorry you decided to mess with the bull. I'm sorry you're getting the horns, baby. You're getting the horns. You're getting the horns in your eye. We don't stop. Put it in the comment section. We don't stop. We don't stop. We don't stop. We don't stop. That's exactly right. We don't stop or bend over for free. Oh, good Lord. Holy smokes. I mean, I want people to really, truly look, you know, I've given away thousands of these trifolds. Thousands. I'm talking thousands. I gave away 1,000 the last couple months. I want you to have it. I want you to have your rubber band. Make sure you have the rubber band in your car, have your driver's license, your registration, your proof of insurance, all put up here, right there. Make sure your trifold and everything is up there. You always want to make sure you're protected. You always want to make sure that you have knowledge to defend yourself against the piggy. His job is to take you to jail. When they go on shift, they talk about how they'll see each other back at the office in a few hours. What does back at the office means? They're dragging you to the office in torture cuffs. It's horrible for you. It's horrible. So on this particular little mini lecture, I was teaching you guys how to combine Rodriguez with Williams. Rodriguez of 2015, Williams of 2018. How to give consent to the cop so that he can't take away your Fourth Amendment right. So then you revoke consent. I revoke consent. You can no longer search my car. If he continues to search your car after you've given him permission and then taken permission away, then he's violating your civil rights. And anything he finds is fruit of the poisonous tree. Mapp versus Ohio, 1961. Isn't it crazy that we have a Fourth Amendment right to unreasonable searches and seizures are illegal? But then the 1925 case of Carroll versus United States allows them to search our car based on their feelings of whether or not the situation is urgent or exigent. And so I'm teaching you guys today how to beat that, how to go around that. That's what I'm teaching you today. I'm showing you guys how to use the 2015 case of Rodriguez versus United States with Williams versus United States. And the way you want to do it, you want to have your trifold, your license, your proof of insurance all up here on a laminated card. Your trifold, sorry about that, I was throwing things around. You want your license, your registration, your proof of insurance all up here on a laminated card. Now, when the copper pulls you over, everything's rubber banded in. My left hand goes to a touchdown position. My right hand is in a touchdown position. Now, from right here, what I want to do, he's gonna roll down the window and say, driver, license, registration, and proof of insurance. By law, whether he's pulled me over frivolously or not, you don't get to not give me your license, registration, and proof of insurance. Very rarely can you ever get away with something like that without going to jail. So what you want to do, you want to have your license, your registration, and proof of insurance all underneath this rubber band right here. When he says license, registration, and proof of insurance, I'm just going to crack my window. And then I pull it out right here. I just slip it out of the rubber band. See, the rubber band's not going to stop it. It slips right out. Now my license, my registration, and proof of insurance is all right there in this laminated card. You can't mess this up. It's all right there for you. I make a laser copy of my license, my registration, and my proof of insurance. Now, he's going to say, where are you heading? Where are you coming from? Well, right here on your trifold, right on the other side, where your license, registration, proof, it says, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. You want to invoke your Fifth Amendment right to remain silent right away. You don't want to go into a back and forth with the cop. He's going to say, where are you heading? And I'm going to point at the Fifth Amendment on my phone. I'm going to say, officer, it's right here. I've invoked my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. There it is, officer. He's going to say, well, where are you coming from? Officer, please, with respect, I've invoked my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. Please stop asking me questions. You're harassing me at this point. Well, is all the information on your driver's license current? Officer, I've said it 2 times. This is the 3rd. I've invoked my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. Please stop asking me questions. Please do your job, write your ticket, do what you got to do. Well, do you have any illegal drugs in the car? Anything that I need to know about? Can I search your car? Now, at this point, if you feel as though he's going to search your car, right here at this point, go ahead and give him permission to search your car. And he says, can I search your car? Everything's on camera. This is the most important part right here. This camera is the most important part for you. So he's going to say, can I search your car? And right here, you're going to say, sure, you can search my car. He says, great, step out of the car for me. Now, by law, because of Pennsylvania versus Mims, if he orders you out of the car, you have got to get out of the car. So you're going to say, sure, you can search my car. Let me step out for you. You grab your trifold, you got your phone recording, and then you show, and then as soon as he starts to search the car, you say, officer, I revoke consent right now. Stop searching my vehicle. Now I show the camera my trifold where it says United States versus Williams. If I can give consent, I can revoke consent. It's essential that you say out loud, according to the Supreme Court holding, that you must articulate it aloud. Officer, I revoke consent. Stop searching my car. I show the trifold, and then I show the officer. Officer, take a look. It says right here that if I can give consent, I can revoke consent. If he continues to search your car, he's violating the 1961 case of Mapp versus Ohio that created the fruit of the poisonous tree doctrine, which says that anything he finds on an illegal search is inadmissible in a court of law. So if you want to make sure you can invoke your rights, then you have to give away your rights and then take them back. Okay, now the emails I got, and the reason why I'm doing this live this morning, is so many people emailed me and they say, well, they're just going to get a drug dog and bring a drug dog out there and search my car anyway. That's great if the cop doesn't know the law, because you do. And here's what the law says. In the 2015 case of Rodriguez versus the United States, unless the cop has reasonable articulable suspicion with a singular articulable fact that I am in fact traveling with drugs, and it's not just a hunch, then he cannot extend the stop because of the 2015 case. Oops, I'm so sorry. He cannot extend the stop because of the 2015 case of Rodriguez versus United States. He cannot extend the stop to bring a drug dog out because of the 2015 case of Rodriguez versus United States. So now you're using Williams with Rodriguez. So you took your rights back and got him to stop searching your car by giving him the right to search your car. And then he said, that's fine, I'm just going to call a drug dog out there. And then you inform him again, officer, I'm sorry, I don't have time to wait for a drug dog. You're extending the stop. I'm going to inform you now that if you extend this stop right now, that you're violating the 2015 case of Rodriguez versus United States, and anything you find in my car will be inadmissible. And not to mention, I'll file a federal civil rights lawsuit against you. You don't have to be rude. I'm rude to cops because I don't like them. You don't have to be. You can call them officer and sir, and you can be as respectful as you'd like, as I'm teaching you guys right now. You've got to use the trifold properly. You use it in a series of steps to reassure yourself that you have your rights. You got to do this right. Everything has to be done right. I was talking to someone earlier today and they said something. And I said, listen, as much as I'd like to do that, I simply can't, because my truth is my foundation and I stand on my truth. And if for any reason I have to alter, shade, or slight the truth, then I'm changing everything that I am as a person, and I'm not willing to do that. So you have got to use your trifold properly. Your truth is your foundation. The Constitution is the ultimate rule of law. It's sad that the Supreme Court, through the 1925 Carroll Doctrine, has created that the cops can search our car without a warrant. It's terrible. So the only way that I've thought of to get around it is to give away your rights to take them back. You've got to do it properly. Can everybody do me a favor and hit the like button? Everybody hit the like button. Just take 2 seconds. There's the thumbs up button down there. Just hit the like button. And then my favorite thing in the whole wide world is overturn Terry versus Ohio. So do me a favor. Type in the comment section right now, OTVO. Overturn Terry versus Ohio. Do me a favor, just type it in there, OTVO. How many people can put OTVO in the comment section right here? And then hit the like button. Okay, so listen, I sell this on my website for $6 for the one you print at home. It's $30 for the one that I send to you. And then when I send you guys this, I send it to you with a rubber band on it right here, so that your license, your registration, proof of insurance can all go inside of your visor, and it all goes right here. Everything goes right here. And by the way, this rubber band is not going to hurt your visor. And once I put everything in here just like this, it'll make it so that... Now listen, I don't have my actual driver's license up there. I've got a laser copy of it. If you guys saw me, I got pulled over in Nevada 2 weeks ago, and I didn't have my actual driver's license in my pocket, but I always keep a laser copy of my driver's license, my registration, and proof of insurance on a laminated card. At all times, I always have this in my car, always, always, always. This is my registration, my driver's license, and my proof of insurance that is laminated on a card. This took me about 15 minutes to do at Kinko's. I don't have a laminator, I don't have a printer. I did it all at Kinko's. The cost was about $8 total. And that's with printing 2 color sheets of paper. Now, I do make sure I do the front and the back of my driver's license, and I always have a copy of my license, my registration, and my proof of insurance in my vehicle at all times. And you guys can see the video where the cop says, this isn't your real driver's license. And I say, actually, that is my real driver's license. It's a laser copy of it. It's even prettier than my real driver's license because it's clearer. And the cop said, well, I can't see your driver's license number because of the tape. And I said, well, officer, that's because I teach thousands of people to have a copy of their license, registration, and proof of insurance on laminated laser prints. Do you want me to take the tape off? And he said, take the tape off. I took the tape off. He never asked me for the hard copy of my driver's license. Why don't you have this done? Why take the chance? When you get pulled over, you're disoriented. You're going to be disoriented. Whether you like it or not, you will be disoriented. Every one of you is going to be. Even if you guys, say for example, that my brand of I don't like cops isn't for you. That's okay. That's fine. I understand that. But when you get pulled over by cops, you're going to be disoriented. That has nothing to do with me. Right now, put a 1 in the chat if the cops pull you over if you're disoriented. How many people? Put a 1 in the chat when the cops pull you over if you are discombobulated, if you're trying to find your registration. How many people have their proof of insurance on their phone? I mean, be honest. If you have your proof of insurance on your phone, put a 1 in the chat. Just be honest. Put a 1 in the chat. You see? That's how many people right there. You're seeing it. That's how many people are ill-prepared to be pulled over by the cops. You guys have got to get this. I mean, I'm firing pearls here. I'm teaching you guys everything you need to know to survive the stop and create the fruit of the poisonous tree doctrine. I mean, look, they created the Carroll Doctrine in 1925. That's what they did. We didn't do that. They did that. And they did that so they could search our cars. And they gave the right to search our cars to cops without a warrant. So the only way that you're going to be able to get around that, if the cop wants to search your car, is by giving him consent and then revoking consent. But he's not going to believe you. You have to have it in black and white. You have to have it right here in black and white. Right there. You have to have it. You've got to have it. It's so imperatively important. You got to have it. If you don't have it, you're really going to have a hard time. You're really going to have a hard time because that cop's not going to believe you. He's just not. He's not going to think that what you're saying is true. And the only way that you can get around qualified immunity is if you can prove that the cop knew better. And the way you can prove that the cop knew better is if you first show to your, up here, you first show the camera, I have invoked my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. So he knew better than to continue to question me. And then he told me that he wanted to search my car. I gave him permission to search my car, and then I revoked consent. And then after I revoked consent, he said he was going to get a drug dog out here to search my car. Well, the 2015 case of Rodriguez versus United States makes it illegal for him to search my car and to extend the stop. It says right there. Now, I've done all the steps I have to do for anything he finds in my car, anything he charges me with, to be fruit of the poisonous tree. Step by step by step tutorial for you. You've got to learn this. They are not your friend. I don't care if you're a bootlicker or not. I don't care if you don't like me or you whatever. I don't care. When you get pulled over, I don't want to see you get hurt. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you look like. If you're overweight, skinny, tall, brown, blue, Asian, Puerto Rican, Filipino, I don't care. I can't stand watching videos of watching y'all get hurt because you did not use your rights to the best of your ability. You know, this is all I do. This is all I do. I don't do anything else. This is all the time I spend. Every day I wake up in the morning and I work on trying to change the system. I go to bed at night, I'm trying to change the system. So I want to give you guys the best tools I can possibly give you. The best tools I can possibly give you. And that's what I do with this trifold. I show you guys the way. You know, I've gone inside of myself internally and I just always am thinking to myself, maybe I'm not teaching it properly. I'm watching videos of people talk to cops when they get pulled over. Why are you talking to the cop? I mean, we went over this earlier. What will the cop say? The cop will say, hey, I'm just trying to help you out here. You're trying to help me out? You help me? This is help? You questioning me and going through my car and wanting to search me and trying to put my dog in the pound, that's my help? If it wasn't for you, bud, I wouldn't need help. If you just let me go right now, I don't need any more of your help. But that's not what their job is. Their job is to arrest you and take you to the dungeon, take your car, charge you money. That's what their job is. That's why I don't like cops and why I'm not nice to them. And why so many of these bootlickers hate me. Because I'm not nice to cops. They don't sign up to do a service for anybody. They sign up for their own money. They sign up to make their own money. Everybody hit the like button. Take your finger and just reach down and tap the like button. Just take your finger right there and just tap the like button. It'll just take you a second. Just take you 1 second. If you would, pretty please with cherries on top. So I'm going to run over this just one more time and then I got to get the flock out of here. But I'm going to teach you guys this and I want you guys to really, really learn it. So I've got my license, my registration, and my proof of insurance, and everything is up in my visor underneath the rubber band. And by the way, that rubber band isn't going to hurt your visor. And who cares if it does? Do you want to live or do you want to die? So you got your rubber band up here, your driver's license, your proof of insurance, and your registration is all on a laminated card tucked neatly right here in your trifold. Now there's also a slip where you can put your actual license, your actual registration and proof of insurance in the trifold. I prefer to have a laminated copy of it because I don't want the cop taking my property and putting it in his pocket and feeling he has control or dominion over me. I don't like that feeling. It makes me feel gross. So I got my license, my registration, proof of insurance. My hands are at a particular position. This hand is to roll the window down and slip my trifold out with the laser copy of my driver's license, registration, and proof of insurance. And this hand is up here filming. Both hands are now above the steering wheel. Do you see that? So now I'm not going to get shot randomly because I got both of my hands up over the steering wheel. Okay, now he's going to roll down the window and he's going to say, can I get your driver's license, your registration, your proof of insurance? Here's the best thing about having everything on a laminated card. You can have my driver's license, registration, and proof of insurance. Here you go, officer. Yours is not going to have tape on it. Mine has tape on it because I teach thousands of people to laminate a copy, a laser copy of your driver's license, front and back. So when I open this bad chicken up right here, here's my driver's license right here. When I open this bad chicken up, there's the front of my driver's license. There's the back of my driver's license. He can literally scan the back of my license. It's scannable because I used a laser copy. And then my registration and my proof of insurance are both right here. They're both right there. I'm sorry there are tape on them, but obviously I can't show everything to thousands of people. So now, right here, he's gonna then say, where are you heading? It's now the very first thing on your trifold, the very first part of your trifold. I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. This is the most important part. Do you know how many people send me emails and videos of them talking to cops and then say, can you help me? I really can't. You shouldn't have talked to the cop. You shouldn't have opened a dialogue with that cop. You should not have done that. When he asks you, where are you heading? It says right here, don't ask me where I'm heading. Don't ask me where I'm coming from. Don't ask me where I'm going. Do you see it? It says it right there. You don't want to answer where you're coming from. You don't want to answer where you're going. That's a huge mistake. It's gigantic. Don't answer any questions. It says right here in the yellow, officer, I've given you everything I have to give you by law, which is my registration, my license, and my proof of insurance. There it is. Everything's right there. Cool. Now he says, well, where are you coming from? Officer, please. You're violating my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. I've invoked my Fifth Amendment right. Stop questioning me. Now, at this point, he's violating your rights if he continues to question you. And then he's going to get to the point where he's going to say, do you mind if I search your car? Now, you know that gut feeling. Put a 1 in the chat if you've ever had that gut feeling that this cop's going to search my car no matter what I do or no matter what I say. Put a 1 in the chat if you get that feeling in your stomach that this guy's going to search my car no matter what I do. So as soon as you know he's going to search your car, then you simply give him consent to revoke consent. Can I search your car? You say, sure, you can search my car. Step out of the car for me. Sure, I'll step out of the car. You get out of the car, he starts to search your car, and then you have to say aloud, officer, I revoke consent. 2018, United States versus Williams. If I can give consent, I can revoke consent. He's not going to believe you. He's not going to believe you that that's the law. The way you get around a cop's qualified immunity is if you can prove that he knew better, that he knew the law. If he continues to search your car after you announce out loud, officer, I revoke consent. Stop searching my car. If I can give consent, I can revoke consent. I said it out loud. What do the cops scream? Stop resisting, stop resisting. It all got caught on camera. So now that you revoke consent, he has to stop searching your car. If he doesn't, then anything he finds is fruit of the poisonous tree from the 1961 case of Mapp versus Ohio. That's how it works. That's the law. And so then he'll go, well, you know what? Since you're not going to let me search your car, then I'm just going to call a drug dog. I'm going to bring a drug dog out here. And you could say, well, you could do that. You're welcome to do that. But if you do it, you're extending the stop. And that's going to violate my right to travel freely, which is going to be a violation of Rodriguez versus United States, 2015. And here's the law. Cop cannot extend the stop for a drug dog. It's specific about drug dogs. It's specific. So now you've used Williams and you've used Rodriguez to re-invoke your constitutional rights that you shouldn't have to use 2 cases to go around 2 bad cases. But that's what we're dealing with. It's day in and day out. So now that you've used Williams and you've used Rodriguez and everything's on camera, now anything he finds is fruit of the poisonous tree and inadmissible in a court of law. You've got to follow the rules. That's why these cops are always getting in trouble, because they don't follow the rules. And the camera, what's the first principle? The camera. What's the second principle? The knowledge. The knowledge doesn't work without the camera running, because you can't prove that he knew better. He still has qualified immunity. Say he jerks you out of the car and starts hurting you after say you're out of the car and you revoke consent and he starts hurting you. He knew better. He knew better. You taught him. You taught him. That's how this works. It's a grind, man. It's a grind. It is a real grind to see people on video continue to talk to cops. I implore you all, go to the Cop Brothers at Law and watch their videos. They will tell you to shut up. Now, I don't use a lot of bad language on this channel, but that they actually trademarked it. Shut up. Shut the front door. Shut the front door. Quiet. All right. All right. Shock Professor, what's going on? Cope Doggy Dog, Jeff Hates Pigs, what's going on? Victor, Mikey B, good to see everybody. Tommy, what's going on, my friend? Oh, holy smokes. There's 2,000 people here? Holy smokes, I didn't know there's... Sorry, I got bad eyes. There's 2,000 people here? Oh, wow, that's crazy. Good to see everybody. Delete Lawz Clips is in the house. Make sure everybody gets over to Delete Lawz Clips. I got a backup channel called Delete Lawz Clips that a guy over runs that. His name's Colin, and he's running Delete Lawz Clips. But I got a whole channel where I just show the clips of my most fire audits on Delete Lawz Clips. So you can drop the link in there if you want to. DLZ Clips. Jeff Hates Pigs. Jeff Hates Pigs is in the hizzy. Vincent Gray, good to see you. Marcy, always good to see you. Chosen, how are you, Gregor? What is going on? Shock Professor. Rocco, what's going on? Sheldon, how are you? James, what's going on? Smith, what is going on? Lester, how is everybody? OTVO, can you type that in the comment section? Overturn Terry versus Ohio. All right, listen, I got to get the flock out of here. I got so many things to do today. I wish I could sit here and talk with you guys all day, but this was just a lesson today of how to use Williams versus United States plus Rodriguez versus United States to give away your rights so you can take them back. If you can catch it on camera, then he's going to violate your civil liberties. If he violates your civil liberties, then you have a lawsuit against him. And there are people like myself who would be more than willing to help you if everything's on camera and we can see it. Please don't contact me and say, can you please help me? Because the very first thing I'm going to ask you is is that on video? You got a video of that? And if you say no, then I go, I can't help you. Unless it's on video, the Kevin or Karen judge is going to believe the cop. They're not going to believe you. The first principle of dealing with cops is the camera. There's nothing more important than this camera right here. You've got to use the camera. How many of you guys have seen me use the camera like a samurai sword? I can lambaste those cops using my rights. And just so you know, before there was a camera phone, I was arrested 24 times by cops for sticking up for people who were being abused by cops, and they arrested me for no reason, and then no charges were filed. I still went to jail. I still took the ride. I was still put in the torture cuffs. I still had to deal with the filthy, nasty copper taking his fingers and sticking them in every crevice of my body. It's horrible. Anybody ever really been patted down by a copper before? It's pretty freaking bad, man. It's pretty bad. If you enjoy someone putting their fingers up into the crevice of your bottom and in your sides of your armpits and then putting their hands all through your hair and pulling on your cheeks and taking your glass. They took the glasses off my face last time they arrested me, so I couldn't see. It was just a way to punish. It was just a way to be rude and mean. I can't reach my glasses, obviously. Obviously, I can't reach my glasses. So look, you know, it's a long haul, man. But I can tell you one thing. We don't stop. We don't stop. If you're on Team DLZ, we don't stop. And oh, by the way, you know, if you buy one of these $6 digital trifolds and you say, hey, look, I'm just going to buy this $6 digital trifold, send one to all your friends and family. Send it to every person you know and say, print this up, and then go watch the guy's video. He teaches you how to use it. You're not hurting me. You're helping people. Believe me, I can live or die without your $6. I do appreciate it. Thank you. I'm very grateful. But I want every one of your family members to have this. I want your sister, your brother, your best friend, your cousin, your lover. I want everybody to have one of these in their car. So if you spend the $6, send one to your girlfriend. Send one to your dad. Call your brother-in-law in Michigan and be like, yo, dude, I saw this really great video. This trifold makes it so you can re-invoke your rights, because they took our rights away through the Supreme Court. It's the Supreme Court that's the problem. A lot of people don't know that. The Supreme Court is the problem in the United States of America. That's a fact, Jack. That's an absolute fact. I want you guys to have this. It matters to me a lot. All right. Do I have anything else? Babe, what's going on? Babe's in the hizzy. JH, what's going on? Tommy, what's going on? Pete, Werner, good to see you, Werner. Robert, a lot of new faces in here. The channel's growing like crazy. The brand of standing up for your rights is growing at an exponential rate. There's so many people who have now been awakened and empowered. And there's so many people who are good people who are realizing that this system of policing is horrible. And anybody who joins that is joining really a Death Star, where they're going to torture you and put you in torture cuffs, take you down to the dungeon. How many people have been to jail? Put a 1 in the, well, you don't have to admit it, but just, do you know somebody, how about this? Do you know of anybody who's ever been to jail? Have you ever been down to the jail to bail somebody out? Have you ever faced going to jail before? Put a 1 in the chat. If you faced going to jail before, or you've had to bail somebody out of jail, or you know someone who's gone to jail, put a 1 in the chat. And then let me ask you this very relevant question. How was the experience for the person that went to jail? How was the experience for you? So that means that anytime a cop is reasonably suspicious of you and he can put you in torture cuffs and take you to the dungeon, your next few hours of your life are going to be the worst of your entire life. There's no more dangerous place in America than taking you to one of the dungeons, because they throw everybody in there. Murderers, rapists, pedophiles, and then the guy who didn't want to give his ID on the side of the road because he wasn't supposed to have to give ID. But then the cop arrested him, charged him wrongfully, but now inside the dungeon, he's going to get beat, could get raped, could get killed. All these horrible things can happen to you. You don't want to go to the dungeon. You don't want to go to the dungeon. I want you to, lots of new faces, lots of new names. What's going on? Oh yeah, I know it. Big Mike Audits, good to see you, brother. Good to see you, man. Good to see you, Big Mike. I've watched your audits, man. You do good work. So, Angel Frogmaster, good to see you. SWE Observer, what's going on, SWE? Good to see you, brother. This is my my Swedish buddy. He sends me all kinds of great videos. I really appreciate it. And then you guys, listen, go to my website, DeleteLawz.com, and on the inquiry form right there, if you have any videos you want to send me, go to DeleteLawz.com, and on the inquiry form, say, hey, Chille, you got to see this video. I'm covering a bunch of videos today from Dragnet Transparency. Dragnet Transparency is another channel. Everybody go over to Dragnet. DLZ Clips, if you'll drop Dragnet Transparency's link in the chat, I want people to realize this woman over there is putting out the body cams of all the cops. She's doing a fantastic job. It's incredible. It's mind-blowing, the good stuff on that channel, and it's an unknown channel. Not a lot of people know about it. Only the people who know me and know my inner circle of Team DLZ, we go over there and watch Dragnet Transparency's videos. But she is putting out the body cam of the coppers. She's doing such good work. Such good work. I'm always so happy to see someone out there doing such good work. Marcy, oh man, so good. Tom Shaw's here. What's going on, Tom? Good to see you, man. I haven't seen you in a second. I think I saw you at the last one. Oh, and then you know what I want to do? If you can drop in, I've been doing a fundraiser for a guy named Eric who has an AI wheelchair. He has his own GoFundMe. So if I could, I would love to promote that right now, because I want to get this money raised for this guy. He needs this artificial intelligence wheelchair. He just fell down and broke his hand. He's not doing well. But this artificial wheelchair will really, really help him. And so I've been raising money for him for the past couple weeks. I got a couple $100 more myself right now, people who've donated directly to me to put in Eric's fund. So I will get that done today. I give you my word, I will get that done today. So this is Eric's fundraiser right here. If you guys are so inclined, with 2,000 people here, if everybody dropped $5, we would raise the funds for his wheelchair. And that's what I truly want to do. That's to me, I would just get to feel good about it. But for Eric, it would change his entire life. And I've known this guy. I've talked to his family. I've talked to his friends through Facebook. And I just feel like, you know, what we're here on earth to do is to do good works and to share our knowledge, our charisma, our ability, our experience, our power with those who don't have those gifts. And that's what your job is. So I'm going to drop Eric's link right here down in the chat. Did that go through? Make sure that went through. And listen, I'm asking everybody here to donate $5. It's only $5. 2,000 people at $5, we raise the money for Eric's wheelchair. It's right here. Here's the actual fundraiser. Here's what it looks like. So this is what it looks like. Let me put this to the side right here. This is what Eric's fundraiser looks like. And we are at right now $2,245 of $7,250 needed. So this is Eric's GoFundMe account. I'm not on Eric's GoFundMe. I have nothing to do with his account, but this is his GoFundMe, and I'm trying to raise $7,250 to get him his wheelchair, because it'll make all the difference in the world for him. And it means so much. You know, could you just imagine, you know, if you have a hard time getting around and you have a hard time seeing, so he can't see and he has a hard time physically getting around, so he needs an artificial intelligence wheelchair. So that's his GoFundMe right there. I'm going to drop the link in the chat just a couple more times, because I really want to get this money raised, but I'm just one man. I'm not rich. I'm not a millionaire. I'm just a regular old, you know, a lot of people will try to make fun of me and say, he's just some broke joke. Broke for sure. Joke, no. But yeah, if you mean I'm not a millionaire, I'm not. If I was a millionaire, I'd get my teeth fixed. But I'm not a millionaire. So what I do is I try to crowdfund for people. I try to raise money for individual people who need help. And I try to crowdfund it through having this big of a platform. And it's taken me a couple years to get here. But this is what I do, and this is what I do full time. So this is Eric's GoFundMe. I dropped the link in the chat. $5 each in here. If everybody put in $5, we reach the goal of $7,250. And that's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm trying to get accomplished. That's what I'm trying to get accomplished. And you know, by the way, even if you're someone who's adversarial to me, who cares? Eric has nothing to do with me other than I know the guy, and he needs a wheelchair, and he needs artificial intelligence to be able to travel in that wheelchair. So everything's changing. Things are getting better as far as AI and stuff like that. But here's let me copy that bad chicken. There it is. And there's his GoFundMe. That's what his GoFundMe looks like. Help me get a miracle. Help me change my life. All righty. All righty then. Someone just drove by and took a picture of me. I'm all right with that. I'm pretty used to it by now. It is what it is. It is what it is, alligators. All right, I'm going to drop this one more time in the chat here. And then DLZ clips, if you'll put that in the comment section of the actual video. I'm going to get the flock out of here. Everybody get over to my website, DeleteLawz.com, Delete Lawz with a Z. Get yourself an indestructible trifold for $30, or get the $6 digital trifold, and always invoke your rights. Sometimes you have to give away your rights by allowing them to search for 5 seconds and then revoke the right to search. I retain my rights back. All right, listen, I hate to go, but there's with a couple thousand people here, but I gotta go. I got stuff I gotta get done today. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. I'll see you guys on the next one. Later, Gators. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like.